Okay, I am going to talk to you about the new year, and what's most important is new beginnings. And I think we use the end of a year and the beginning of a new year to reflect on the good and the bad of what's happened, and then to look forward with great intentions and say, you know what, next year I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be better at that. I'm going to accept things I can't change and look at new things that I can do. So I've got a few ideas that would be fun to try out, not necessarily on New Year's Eve, because I am actually just recording this now on New Year's Eve. But you can try this anytime, really, when you need to clear the old stuff out and get in with the new. Now, one tradition I've heard of, which was really, really great, is that on New Year's Eve, you would open up your back door just before midnight to let all of that old rubbish flow out of the house. And then, keeping that door open, you then open your front door after midnight and allow that fresh air to come flowing into your front room, your front hallway, energize the house, push out the old negativity out of your back door. And then once that's happened, you can then shut your front and back door and then go to bed with nice hot chocolate supplied by us. Another good thing is to have a ritual bath. Now, I think we all need to look after ourselves, because if we don't look after ourselves, we cannot look after others in a positive and beautiful way. So the number one thing is we need to nurse our own energies. And by having a ritualistic bath where you can choose the herbs and the bath salts that you want to put in there, is a really good way of setting your intentions, maybe laying in the bath, thinking about things, saying, you know what, this happened and it didn't make me feel really nice. I actually felt uncomfortable, accepting it, and then moving on with it. You don't need to hold on to the past, because if you hold on to things from the past, it's going to keep you in the past. You need to out of it. Hey girl, you got this one life. You know, bad things happened. Okay, we've learned from that lesson. So let's move on from it. Let's just say, you know, we've got this. Another good thing is to, if you've got a partner, they say that if you kiss your loved one on New Year's Eve, good things are going to happen. Well, obviously good things are going to happen. Okay, I'm going to have to do a kiss this year from across the ocean, because my loved one is in a different continent totally on New Year's Eve. So it'd be Happy New Year. But that's fun. The tradition, eating 12 grapes straight at midnight, one for every month of the year. That's fun, isn't it? There is another one, wave jumping. One beautiful one is where, let me hold on a minute. Get my jar again. Get a jar. Okay. Any size. But it's got to be big enough to be able to fill with little notes to yourself. So you start, well, I would start actually on New Year's Eve. And you would write a little note, so about a good thing that happened, not bad. We're not going there. So, good thing that happened. I had a beautiful birthday. Okay. My birthday, it was great. I swam with pigs. So I was going to say I had a beautiful, you can't see me writing, but I am writing. Beautiful birthday. I haven't got scissors to hand, so I'm going to have to just tear that. Beautiful birthday. And I fold that up. And what happens is every time something good happens, good, you write it down. And it can be any little thing. It doesn't have to be like, I won the mega jackpot. No. Any little things. Pop it in your jar, seal it up, and come the New Year's Eve the next year. So I'm recording this on New Year's Eve 2024. So New Year's Eve 2025, I would open up my jar with all of my beautiful notes, and I will read about all of the good things that happened to me during the previous year. And you know what? That is really good, because then your mind and your thoughts are all positive, they're all beautiful, and then that is really, really good for you to move into your next year. Another lovely thing that I like to do is we all learn lessons every year. Our lives aren't perfect, and honey, I really do have an awful lot going on in my life. Not good, some of it, not bad, some of it, but we all have things. But I try not to dwell on those things, and I've learned that things I can't change, I don't hang on to. I'm not going to let all the negativity affect me anymore. So what I'd like to do is I will write it down, again, pop it in a note, and I'll either burn it, not like a barbecue, or if you're in a colder climate and you've got an open fireplace or anything, you can set fire to it and just say, I release you. You're gone. I don't need to worry about this anymore. So, yeah, another one is to get a book, a journal, and write to yourself. And set goals on New Year's Eve, all the things that you would like to achieve. And then every week or so, just go back to that journal. Look at the things that you promised that you would try to achieve, and see if any of them are possible. And if they are, mark them in that journal. So, for example, say if you wanted to lose some weight. After the Christmas I've had, I need to lose some weight. I mean, I'm hiding behind this camera, but there is bulges on my bulges now. And I used to be a very skinny girl, but bulges on bulges don't work. So if you set that goal, you write in your journal, I want to lose some weight in order to be a better me, for me, not for anybody else, but for me, my health, my life. I want to lose some weight. And when you do, take a photograph of the scales, print it up, stick it in your journal. Hey, guess what? I lost 2 pounds this week. Woohoo! Then, if any more comes off, take another photograph. Take photographs of the great food that you might be eating in order to be able to achieve this goal. Another goal might be that you want to go and learn something. I want to learn how to crochet. Gotcha! Write it in your journal. And every now and then when you look back, it's the same. This girl wanted to learn to crochet. Okay. You might just do it. Go online. Get some yarn, get a crochet hook, go to YouTube, or if you want to, I'll show you how to crochet. I'm quite happy. We can sit and crochet with a cup of chai. Quite happily. But learn something. And when you achieve that, each step, hey, I went out and I bought some gorgeous yarn. I'm going to knit myself a small blanket for on my chair to keep me warm at night. You learn all the stitches, like the half double crochet, treble crochet, the large bean knot. I mean, there's so much. Achieve it, because you can do it. There's also a really lovely tradition where you sprinkle salt outside your front door, and that helps protect your home from any negative energies that might want to come in. Another good one is first footing, where the first person to set their foot in your front door needs to do it with their right foot, and hopefully dark-haired and handsome. Yeah, dark-haired anyway. I don't know why. Maybe somebody can tell me why. You read all these things, don't you? One final one is I do have something that I need to achieve, and I'm in Florida at the moment, and I would love to take a pot of tea in my thermos flask and go off to the west coast of Florida. I want to put my feet in the water and watch the sun set. So I will, in fact, that's going to be a goal of mine. I'm going to put that in a journal this year. My goal is to go across to the west coast of Florida and watch the sunset with a cup of tea. And it's not going to be black tea, because it'll be an evening. So I will have to do it with something herbal, maybe my cherry monkey fruit tea. That would be nice, because I could actually then, I've got my vitamins and minerals in. So that kind of goal setting. Did you see that I actually started smiling when I was talking about it? And that's things that we all want to do. It might just be that if you're housebound, the most important thing for you next year is to try and get yourself out. If you're lonely and you need to reach out to people, maybe one of your goals is to reach out to somebody you know and just say, look, I'm feeling really lonely. I need you. I need someone. New Year's Eve is a really wonderful time for us all just to sit there and reflect on things that might have happened in the last year or two, and to learn from those experiences and say, I don't want to carry those experiences into the new year. I want to start afresh. I want to start a new year with new intentions, new positivity, new loves. Surround yourself with positive people, people that make you smile. If there are people in your life that don't make you smile or upset you, maybe it's time that you just unhooked a little bit, just removed yourself a little bit from their trauma, because their trauma will be impacting on your life, no matter how small. I'm not saying abandon them, because people who are carrying trauma need people around them, but just to distance a little bit and not take on so much of that negativity. So with all of this in mind, I do hope that on behalf of everybody I know and love, that I want to wish you all a very happy new year, and look forward to talking to some of you and meeting some of you, and hopefully sharing some of our teas and workshops with you in the new year. So with that in mind, a cup of tea, and we'll say Happy New Year.